Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad you've tuned in here. We're coming to you live from the Pizza Ranch studio. Pizza Ranch with 7 locations across the state. They host Tip-Off Club, Quarterback Club, and getting ready to have the Leadoff Club coming up as well. Presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Doak Propane, Liuna, Labor's Local 663, Great Southern Bank, and the Bank of Billings. We go down to Nixa High School. We've been there several times throughout the last few years with Athletes of the Week, but bringing in Nixa boys basketball head coach Brock Blansit. Coach Blansit, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, before we get to our Athlete of the Week, undefeated on the season. As a program, you've won 35 of your last 36. It's got to be a lot of fun there at Nixa.
Things have been going pretty well. Sure can't complain.
Just talk a little bit about this season. I know you've got some games remaining on the schedule. You have not seeded your district yet because of the games you have remaining with district opponents. But kind of, from your point of view, I mean, you win your tournament, you win the blue and gold tournament. It's had to have been a lot of fun.
It's been a lot of fun. It's kind of been a season you only dream of. I thought we'd be pretty good. I'm not sure maybe the area thought we may be as good as what we've been, but I think we surprised a lot of people. Kael's had a phenomenal season. He's surrounded with a lot of good shooters. So it's been a great season for our guys, and I'm really happy for them.
What's been maybe the biggest challenge of basically just moving one seat down? You sat next to Coach Osborne for I believe 19 years as his assistant. Now you've got that seat on the end. What's been the biggest change or biggest challenge?
Well, really, it's all on your shoulders. You make the final decision. When you're an assistant, you just give suggestions. But I've kind of been ready for this position for a while. Coach Osborne let me do a lot of coaching. So there's a lot of things I'm doing right now that I've done the last several years. So there's not a lot of change, but obviously there's a little bit because the buck stops with you in the end.
What do you feel like and maybe it's all things concerned, but what do you feel like your team right now is doing really well? I know they shoot the basketball well.
They shoot the ball extremely well. That's absolutely the strong suit of this team. But I'd say more than anything, this is probably the most fun team I've ever coached. They really come together. And I say that because I've got some seniors that don't get to play hardly at all. And those guys have accepted their role. They've not complained one bit every day in practice. They play hard, and they push these guys that maybe get to start and play a little more time. I've got some other kids that most years would be playing, but it's just not worked out for them this year. But there's never been any complaint from any of those guys. And there's 13 of them, and every one of them has a role on our team, and they've all accepted their role. Awesome this year.
Do you have trouble, scheduling? I mean, I know this year they've changed the rules with regards to 26 total games and however many tournaments or shootouts you want to play in. What was it like to schedule after going to the state championship a year ago?
Well, each year, honestly, it gets a little bit more difficult. So that's one reason we were excited we can go to 4 tournaments. So we decided to go 4 tournaments, and it knocks out 3 games where we would have trouble scheduling those three regular season opponents. So it's nice that they went to straight 26 games, and that helps us out with our schedule.
Very good. Very good. You've got a young man beside you, Kael Combs, who's had just an unbelievable season. And game after game, you just think, okay, he can't top that. And then he does. Tell us a little bit about Kael and what makes him special.
I would say even more than just his playing. I'd say he's grown up a lot, and he's an unbelievable leader this year. I think in the past he's kind of deferred to his teammates and maybe some of his good friends, and he's taken a leadership role this year. And obviously him running the point guard position for us, he's been able to showcase his ability. And obviously he could score the basketball, but he's one of the best passers I've ever coached. And our shooters know if you'll just get in a spot where you're open, he will find you. And so he's been a joy to coach this year, and I've been very fortunate enough to be able to coach him his last season at high school.
Kael, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
First off, on behalf of the Missouri Sports Network, Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Kael, talk about the kind of that new role that you've kind of fit into here at the point guard, handling the ball. 80% of the time on offense, the ball's going to be in your hands. What's that been like for you, and are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's been super fun. I'm glad that I kind of test run it in the summer. But yeah, it's been a joy. I like getting in and going and getting up to my shooters. So yeah, it's been really, really fun so far.
What's been the biggest challenge of taking that role?
I guess just limiting my turnovers because I have the ball in my hand so much. There's more opportunity for turnovers. So I'm trying to get it a little bit under control because I might be averaging a little bit too much right now. But yeah, that's probably like the biggest thing.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the season from your point of view. You had the game where you had the 46 and you had the game 30s, and that had to have been a lot of fun. But what's really working well for you right now individually?
Honestly, I don't know. Just like I like passing the ball around. I like distributing it a lot. So just to get my teammates involved, and then later on down the game, I kind of step up and do what I need to do. But yeah.
As you come into this season, you go to the state championship a year ago. Yeah. Did you have personal goals or team goals coming into this season that you were looking forward to meeting or matching?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to beat Kickapoo, beat Ozark, win a district title. So those are just a few of my goals. I obviously want to get back to the Final Four and the state championship, but yeah, I didn't really have any personal goals. I just had like team goals.
If 2023 Kael Combs could go back to your freshman year and give yourself some advice, what advice would you give yourself as a freshman?
Just listen more, honestly. I just need to listen more, honestly. Yeah, just listen to my teammates, listen to my coaches, listen to my mentors and people around me a lot more.
Right. And folks obviously know in the area about, you picking up football a year ago. Yeah. What has that done? I mean, has that helped you in basketball? Just the physicality of it? What about that have you turned into some basketball skills?
Yeah, it's helped me a ton. Just getting to the basket and being able to land on 2 feet and finish through contact. Yeah, it's helped me a ton with my balance and just a lot. Coach Perry is also a really good coach, so he helped me just with my mentality and discipline and stuff like that also.
Very good. Well, Kael, again, congratulations. Very deserving for the Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And I've got to ask you one question because I'm a mandated reporter. Do you wear your seatbelt?
Do I wear my seatbelt? Of course I do.
All the time.
All the time. My mom would text me sometimes like when I leave the game or something, are you wearing your seatbelt? So of course I do. I always wear my seatbelt.
Very good. And Kael, it's been a pleasure. I can't wait to get to see you play again, and we'll be down there for that district. And best of luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You bet. Coach Blansit, do you wear your seatbelt?
Absolutely.
Very good. And it's, this started 15 years ago. I was at Lebanon High School, went up, and they had some names on the board, just reminders. And I asked Coach Christian, I said, what is that? He said, their name goes up there if I catch them anywhere in town without their seatbelt on. And I said, okay, that's pretty good. So we'll need to make that a rule. And that's kind of where that be safe, be smart, be here tomorrow came from. But gentlemen, I greatly appreciate you guys making time today. Again, Kael, congratulations. Coach Blansit, we'll see you at the tip-off club, I'm sure, here in the last couple of weeks of it. And best of luck, and go get a district title, and we'll get you guys back on.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
You bet. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage, brought to you by Burgess & Associates. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.